Hi everyone, this is Steve Black with Let's Talk Referrals and welcome to the Let's Talk Referrals podcast. Corporate core values are often framed and fancy on an office wall. One might wonder if they're just for show. Today I'm going to dig into how real values are so much more than that. Core values are like the secret glue holding the world's most successful companies together. You might walk into a lobby and see words like innovation, integrity, or teamwork in big, bold letters. And these are all great words, but often they blend into the background like a potted plant. The $1,000,000 question is what that word actually means when things get tough, such as when you have to make a hard call. Does the innovation post on the wall really help, or is it just nice sounding fluff? For the truly great companies, the answer is a resounding yes, because for them, core values are not just passive ideals. For successful companies, values are an active, living, breathing force. They serve as the operational glue that holds the entire organization together. And first, I'm going to tackle the question of whether values are just words on a wall, and then I'll dive into the four big truths that separate real values from empty buzzwords. And these truths involve discovering values rather than inventing them, using them to decide, not just debate, letting them anchor you instead of adapting them, and using them to attract the right people. And these truths together create a company's true compass. The first truth is discover, don't invent, which focuses on the origin of your values. This is often where most companies miss the mark. The classic mistake is when a group of executives gather in a room and try to brainstorm their way to a list of values. However, that's really not how it works. Powerful values are not invented in a boardroom, they are discovered. You have to dig for them like an archaeologist, as they're already there, buried in the way the company actually operates. And these values usually come straight from the gut instincts of the founders. Authenticity is the key and the absolute starting point. If a value is not already part of the company's DNA and is not real, it will never be more than just a poster. Must be true to have power. And once authentic values are discovered, the second truth is decide, don't debate. And this is where values transform from ideas into actual tools. Instead of being slogans on a coffee mug, real values act as your fastest decision-making tool. And when you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, you don't need endless meetings. You simply hold up your options against your values, and the answer becomes crystal clear, allowing you to act fast and with confidence. The third truth is anchor, don't adapt. And it may sound a little bit backward in a business world focused on agility, pivoting, shifting, and adapting to the market. However, the power of core values comes from being the complete opposite. They're the one thing that doesn't change. They are the constant, the stable, the function of your bedrock. Values can be thought of as an anchor for your ship in a storm. While everyone else is being tossed around, values keep you held steady. And this consistency is a huge competitive advantage because it builds incredibly deep trust with customers and referral partners and referrals, which a company that constantly changes its mind can never build. This anchor-like consistency leads to the fourth and final truth: attract the right people. And this principle describes how internal beliefs create a powerful external force. When values are super clear and lived out daily, they act like a powerful magnet. They don't just help manage existing employees, they actively pull the right new hires, customers, and referral partners towards the company. People who understand what the organization is about. And putting all four truths together, the main takeaway boils down to these four powerful actions. They are discovering what is already real, using them to decide fast, letting them anchor you when things get a little bit crazy, and using them to attract the people who belong with you. Companies that last and win don't treat their values like a poster on the wall, they treat them like a compass. Values are a real functional tool, an internal guidance system that always points true north, no matter how chaotic the world gets. A powerful question to consider for a company or for yourself is, if you had to make a really tough decision today, would your core values provide a clear, instant answers? How one answers that question tells them everything they need to know. This is Steve Black with Let's Talk Referrals. Let me know your core values in the comments below. Thanks for listening.